Yeah, but Noam Chomsky,
So here's my problem.
that loves the island and can't wait to get back there. It's not me. I've always said
They
investigate
were
and
talking
discover.
about
So I never said, well, we don't
Hormuz,
care about Epstein. We don't care. We don't
and
care.
I was telling you guys that the Russians the Iranians already said that Russia and China could actually pass through the Hormuz. And Jimmy's saying that the United States is gonna help the Chinese pass boats through the Strait of Hormuz. But how can that be if Iran already said yes? They don't need to be involved. So I don't know.
Just because people are doing bad, and just because it's a cover up doesn't mean that we have to go crazy in a mob and lynch people. You see the difference?
I'm just listening to see if I can put my own opinion on this. Well, there you go. That's the other issue.
Well, that's right.
The
Trump is
petrodollar.
deliberately, or whether he's
If the petrodollar bust because of the BRICS, this is the reason why maybe the Americans want this war to get rid of Iran. So then the BRICS alliance cannot succeed because they know that the petrodollar is going. But now the issue is, what about all those bases that have been destroyed of Americans? And it looks like the Muslims might. And I just saw that Iran said on YouTube, Iran said that the Cyprus and Azerbaijan missile was a false flag. The Israelis must have thrown it. And is that possible? Of course it is. Of course it's possible. So.
in their eight-front war saying, we'll take this all the way. So I didn't want to say Israel was the main suspect. But a few months ago when they made all those threats, I did videos saying, no, I think Israel could be a suspect now because of these statements in the eight-front war. And I learned more about what Charlie was saying. Sorry, I wasn't super following Charlie Kirk. Then I started saying, no, this is real. But then they didn't care. They went, oh, you're trying to salvage yourself, Mossad agent. Now that you blah, blah. No, I don't know. People all the time call me saying, why aren't you covering this? I didn't know about it. I'm not on the...
No, I don't agree with people throwing Alex under the bus. I know some of you may hate him, but I don't think that's a good idea because he's been through a lot. They sued him for $1 billion for nonsense. And, I mean, it's not nonsense, but it's not right. I mean, he's being $1 billion. He doesn't even have assets worth $1 billion. So what Alex is doing is he's being more careful by his attorneys that have warned him. So why is everybody against him when he's trying to just protect himself? None of you guys are going to be there in court helping him out. So obviously he needs to watch himself. But you guys take it like, oh, he's done something wrong by being careful.
The United States. On one side is the Lindsey Graham, John Bolton types, where they are actively calling for regime change. Here is Lindsey Graham, and this is just lunacy. This kind of analysis is not helpful. This kind of approach, this kind of argument, this has nothing to do with nuclear weapons at this point. This is now that we want to go all in and take out the regime. It's time for us to close the chapter on the Iranian Ayatollah and his henchmen and start a new chapter in the Middle East.
Yeah, this is crazy.
That sounds good, doesn't it? But what have we learned when it comes to wars, and especially wars in the Middle East?
Yeah.
What you draw up on a whiteboard,
it just doesn't
rarely
turn out right.
happens.
Afghanistan.
What you think theoretically is going to occur,
20 years,
there
Afghanistan.
might be unintended and unforeseen consequences, especially when you're talking about a country 2.5 times the size of Texas. It has 90 million people and was an ancient and great power with well over a dozen ethnic groups. You have
ISIS was the product of Iraqi's fall.
many Jews left in
I mean,
Persia,
those are
and
like
also,
the
secular
consequences,
younger
side
Persians.
effects.
Who's going to run the country exactly, Lindsey Graham? This sounds like Hillary Rodham Clinton in Libya. So I'm pointing to the first extreme right now, the neoconservative extreme. The we must go take off the head of the snake right now. Play cut 285.
Yeah, that is crazy.
President Trump
They thought that way.
eliminate the nuclear
I didn't even know this was happening. He was talking about this. This Kirk guy. I didn't even follow him, but what he's saying right there is crazy. How can a country want to already be wanting to take him out? But you know what? This is the same thing they want to do with Russia. Just Russia didn't let themselves go. They fixed us. Kazakhstan and Belarus. Russia put the kibosh on that one. And now they're trying to put the kibosh on Ukraine. The problem with Ukraine is that Russia, Putin doesn't want to destroy it because it's part of their motherland. And they just don't want to ruin it. It's hard for them to, because it's kind of like part of them. That's what the Westerners don't understand. But the Westerners don't care. They don't care about the culture of the Russians. And that's an issue. So that's why Putin wouldn't use a super bomb or a bomb to destroy it, because he doesn't want to. But because the Americans and NATO want to infiltrate and get close to Russia, that is an issue. I mean, it is huge. Think about it. I mean, Iran. Now they want to get Iran stepping closer and closer to another country. I mean, it's just so crazy that they want all these resources, or I don't know. They have a master plan, these Westerners. Some master plan. But sure, they wanted Russia to go down. That's crazy. And take over their land and split it up. I mean, they had all these ideas. I mean, so yeah, just going right next door.